everybody. Welcome to the very first episode of Over the Top Rope, your source for anything talk professional wrestling. This debut episode, we're going to recap a little bit of Monday Night Raw, and maybe just kind of go into my professional wrestling fanism, I guess, if you will. Grew up with it quite a while, so let's start off recapping a little bit of Monday Night Raw. I have to say, the crowd at the end of the show, it was the most pumped I've seen a crowd in a long time. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and stop the video right now. Don't want to spoil it, so let's just give it a chance. Okay, anybody who did see it, Daniel Bryan kind of broke away from Bray Wyatt, which was awesome. I think everybody's kind of been waiting on it. A lot of people kind of liked that storyline with him kind of following them and was hoping for kind of a build up towards WrestleMania, which they're still kind of working on. I don't think they're just going to cut it off right now. I was surprised to see him kind of turn on him already. I thought it would kind of drag out a little longer. Drag out's probably not a good word. Extend out a little longer. But there's a cage match, tag team, Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan versus the Usos. It was actually a rematch from a match earlier on in Raw, in which Jey and Jimmy Uso defeated the two. Or I think it was a disqualification, something, I don't remember what it was, but okay match. So they decided to have a rematch in a steel cage. For the record, tag team steel cage matches are kind of awesome. A lot of chaos and always action going on. So anyway, long story short, the Usos got out of the cage and won the match, and then basically Daniel Bryan kind of turned on him, and you could just feel the crowd just edging up, getting ready for him to turn on him, and the yes chants at the end were just phenomenal, exciting stuff. It must have been a blast to be there because the fans were just pumped. So outside of that, you had Randy Orton get a cheap shot on John Cena's dad. I have to say, I'm kind of, I don't know if it's Randy Orton or the whole thing of John Cena just always being in the limelight. I'm not one of those who's like, oh, it's Super Cena, whatever. I don't care. But the whole Cena-Orton feud is just seems kind of boring to me. And I think it's just been because it's not something really too new. They face off at Royal Rumble for the, what is it now, the World Heavyweight WWE Championship. WWE World Heavyweight Championship, I think they call it. So, assuming they're probably going to unify the two belts that he carries to one belt, be interesting to see. But yeah, I don't know, just kind of on that one. One little interesting kind of turn that happened was the New Age Outlaws were in a 6-man tag match against the Shield. CM Punk was their partner. They actually turned on CM Punk. He was going in for a tag, and they both just kind of backed out. So, be interesting to see if that ties in with the Authority, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. But overall, it was a pretty decent Raw. You had Alberto Del Rio take on Rey Mysterio and beat him. Kofi Kingston, before Randy Orton flipped out and knocked out John Cena's dad, Kofi Kingston got kind of an upset over Randy Orton. So I always kind of like to see the upsets a little bit. I hate seeing him going into a match and that Randy Orton or John Cena is going to win. Even if they're going to be the stronger guy, it's nice to every once in a while, just like in real sports, even if it's the top team, you occasionally do see him get beat by a weaker team. I would just like to have him, get a clean finish every once in a while. So that's just me. So speaking of me, let's do a little recap of what my wrestling background is. When I say background, I have no professional background training. I have had a lot of wrestling matches on the trampoline. Me and my brother used to have matches all the time. Not as hardcore as the backyard wrestlers, but we tried some stuff, and it always ended up in one of us getting hurt and then getting mad at the other, and then it turned into real wrestling, which was always fun. But grew up watching wrestling in the 90s. I think I was born in 86, so that makes me 27 now. Still too young, and obviously it's like the first WrestleMania and Hogan versus was it Piper or whatever. Didn't see kind of into all that deal. I kind of got into it when I was 8 or 9, and really liked the Monday Night Wars, as probably everybody did. I was actually more of a fan of WCW than WWF at the time. My main guy, my main squeeze was Diamond Dallas Page. I don't know what it was, but he was just my favorite wrestler, and still love the Diamond Cutter over the RKO. Same move, I know, but something about DDP, you know, he kind of originated, I think, you can pull it off from anywhere, and now Randy Orton took it to the next level by guys doing 14 backflips off the rope and him nailing it. But fan of DDP. I don't know, yeah, I was always a fan of WCW over WWF. Now, as I think I got older, you kind of started to enjoy the more mature product, I guess, than WCW. But they both kind of battled it out, and it was a lot of fun to watch. Me and my brother would sit and watch, like on your TVs, in the cable, you could go like past 1, and it'd be like to like the pay-per-view channels that were all scrambled out. We used to watch the pay-per-view channels of that, so like people would watch their porn. We watched scrambled pay-per-views. I remember listening to Diamond Dallas Page versus Goldberg when Goldberg beat him. I'm trying to think what other big matches. There were a lot of great matches between Chris Jericho and Rey Mysterio, and their feud they had at like Bash at the Beach and stuff. So I always grew up kind of following it. Once I got to, I think out of high school, I kind of drifted away from it a little bit. Went to college, left college after a while just because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and then a few years later went back to college and had an apartment by myself. Got bored, so figured I'd get back into it, and kind of been going heavy ever since. And now it's a tradition in my house where me and my wife have a WrestleMania party every year. It's going on, this would be our, I think, 3rd year we'll be doing it. And then my other buddy has a Royal Rumble party, so we kind of split the pay-per-views. So with the new WWE Network that they're launching, we may have a few more little parties with that deal, but we'll see. So anyway, that's kind of my background. I don't watch a whole lot of TNA, just never really could get into it. So I'm always kind of been, since WCW closed down, a WWE guy. Product's been iffy, I guess, as everybody says, here and there. It has its moment where it seems like it's getting awesome, and then it just kind of tails off, and it's kind of a bummer because there's a lot they could do with it. But I still enjoy watching it. Sometimes I'll DVR it, and you fast forward through kind of predictable stuff. But it's a good time. So that's my wrestling background. So always enjoyed it, and kind of really gotten back into it here in the last few years. And I appreciate my wife not making fun of me for liking wrestling. And everybody's like, "Oh, you know it's all fake." Yeah, we do, but so is freaking Friends and any other show you watch. So shut up. So that's me. But to kind of recap, Monday Night Raw I thought was good. I thought the ending was great, and I think that was solely because of the fans just going nuts. I bet the roar and the chants were just deafening in there. It was a blast, but I really like Daniel Bryan. I like CM Punk, but CM Punk, after he went away after he dropped the pipe bomb, and came back, and he was awesome to watch, but it seems like when he turned heel, he kind of started to lose a little bit of his unpredictability, if you will, and now he just, I don't know. I like him, but it's just kind of he doesn't seem as exciting as he was, so I think Daniel Bryan's just fun to watch. He's got a lot of great energy, and when he gets going, it's a good time. So Friday Night SmackDown, obviously they record, I think they actually tape it like Tuesday, and then play it Friday. I was not a big fan of it not being live, just because there's something awesome about the live aspect of watching Monday Night Raw. But what are you gonna do? So tell me what you think of this last Monday Night Raw, what you thought of maybe Raws before. If I would have started this the week before, we would have talked about Jake the Snake Roberts coming back, which was awesome, and I don't think anybody was expecting. Good to see him back and kind of getting his life cleaned up, courtesy of, I think, DDP Yoga, him and Scott Hall. Getting their lives back on track. So that was pretty awesome. But let me know what you thought of Monday Night Raw. Let me know what you think is going to happen on SmackDown, and give me your picks for the Royal Rumble. It's coming up here in a few weeks. Let me know who you think is going to win, how you think maybe WrestleMania is going to play out, and what some of the matches you think Royal Rumble are going to be. Comment below. I'll interact with you guys. And always follow me on Twitter @CBmeter, and check back Friday for a new episode of Over the Top Rope. Let me know what you guys want to know, what you guys want to see, so I can kind of adapt this to what you guys want to hear. So anyway, appreciate you watching. Again, if you liked it, subscribe, follow, tweet, tout, poke, all that good stuff. And until next time, thank you for watching the debut first episode of Over the Top Rope.